Yeah. All right. Welcome into BurnAfter Listening Podcast. We're doing an episode a little differently today. We're going to have our NHL preview. With us is a reoccurring guest, Mike Richards. Mike, happy to have you. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. It's an honor to be back, really, on such an esteemed podcast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you talk about esteemed podcasts and having great reputations for, everything everyone says, that's definitely us.
Yeah, I'd say we're probably the top 3 sports podcast on the planet. Even though we don't always talk about sports, but we just have so many listeners that it just boosts in every category. Really, I think we're like top 10 on 3 different categories on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, we're top 10 in like Bangladesh though, so I mean we're still
that's what I meant.
Yeah, we're still trying to get into the U.S. and Canadian markets, but overall, you just heard 2 Warriors joining us, and Layminator somewhere out there. I can't see him right now, so I don't know if he's.
Can you actually not see me?
No, but
I'm looking up the top 10 stories for the NHL season going into 2023. So give me a second.
No, you're good.
That's just the journalistic integrity that this podcast brings,
Yes, I bring hard-hitting facts here. And yeah, I think we are top 3 in categories. It's like comedy, sports, and slight racism.
Oh, come on. Yeah, we got a big producer behind the scenes there, Layminator, always pulling up the facts, and he's basically our Jamie, so.
Yeah. So I always appreciate him.
Slightly smaller cock.
Yeah, so this is the crew for today. We're gonna go over a few different things. I'll just kind of break it down for you right now. We're all gonna make a pick of who's going to be first and last in each division. We're all gonna choose a player to watch from each division, and then we're gonna kind of go through some NHL awards, and each of us will pick one. So like I'm gonna be doing the Norris, Mike's gonna be doing the Hart and Calder. Layminator's going to be the Vezina, and WARIO's going to be – what are you going to be?
The Richard.
The Richard. Okay, the retard. Nice.
Yeah. I was just thinking that too, actually.
The most retarded player.
Who do you think would win most retarded player in the NHL?
I would have to go with Gino, man.
Miles Wood, maybe?
Dude, he's just got I feel like he's definitely on the spectrum.
He has to be. I mean, to be that good at something, you definitely have to be a little on the spectrum. But, I mean, in terms of actual fucking stupid, there's no way Miles Woods can read 2 sentences out of a Harry Potter book.
Yeah, I don't think somebody like fucking Phil Kessel has ever picked up a book in his life either.
Doesn't have to.
No, you're right. His sister saw it, so.
Yeah. Layminator, you wanna rip on these topics? You want to come back to them later? You want to sprinkle them in throughout? What do you want?
Yeah, let's start off with a division. Let's start off with the Metro division. I think it's going to be a crazy division to watch this year. I mean, just
best division in NHL.
Yeah, if you look at it, yeah, definitely. The Atlantic division as well. Them and the Atlantic division go head to head every year. But let's start with the Metro division. What do you got, Pants?
Yeah, so for the Metro, I'll start with you want me to do my first and last, or should we go around the horn for first?
Yeah, let's do first and last.
Okay. So my first, I'm going to say the Devils take it. They've been getting consistently better. They're pretty nasty. They've got some unreal players that are starting to come into their own. Like you even saw that shout out that Jack Hughes got from one of his teammates, Tyler Toffoli. He's one of the most skilled guys I've ever played with, and he's played with some fucking unreal players. So I think that he's going to kind of lead them to the next stage. They can get past, get to the conference finals this year, I think. So I think they're going to come first in the Metro.
Yeah. Okay, that's a great take. What do you got for your last team? Who do you think is going to shit the bed?
Dude, man, I'm between a few teams here, and I'm a pretty hateful person, so I'm going to try and push that to the side and make an actual pick. I'm going to go the Islanders.
Nice. Turn in a leaf. You got the Islanders?
Yeah, I think the Islanders fucking suck. I don't think they're getting better. I think Lou Lamoriello kind of runs the team like he did in the olden days, and it might not translate to today's game with younger players, like Horvat and Barzal. They do play very, very defensively, and it's hard to score on them, but it's definitely not impossible. So I think teams are going to be able to kind of get those goals. And I think they're just going to struggle all year. It just doesn't seem like they have anything to build off of last year, missing the playoffs. And I think they're toast.
I think honestly, if the Islanders want to do anything to win, they got to take out 25 seats in the corner by the net and park a new Kia Sorento there.
Oh shit.
No, I think they just need to wear. They should only be allowed to wear like single-digit numbers. I think Lou's letting them wear like the numbers he lets them wear is insane. You know, you just can't have a player skating around out there wearing like number like 14. Like that's ludicrous. That's not a hockey number. Single digits only.
Defense have to be the lower digits too.
Honestly, they got to take the nameplates off the back. Like I think they're
just have the big stop signs.
Yeah,
like in Canada hockey leagues.
Yeah.
For the rest of the American hockey players listening, did you guys have stop signs on the back of your jerseys? Because growing up, Pants and I, we never had it. Growing up playing in Chicago, we never had stop signs on the back of our jerseys. I don't know if that was just like a pussy Canadian thing or what. We're a little more gritty down here. I don't know.
Well, like the reason you guys did it is because you didn't fucking hit. You guys are just fucking bunch of pansies. So for us, we're grinding in the corners.
Yeah, if you look at the study,
like even the house leagues in Canada had the stop sign. Like that's
way.
The level of dedication the players have. They're willing to make those plays, take those hits, and it was getting to the point where Hockey Canada had to step in and say, "Look, like there's no reason to be running guys in the corner at 7 a.m."
Yeah, I mean, for a house league Canadian player, eventually their spot's just going to get taken by a superior American anyway. So, what's the point of even trying?
You're right when you look at like the percentage Canadian to USA players in the NHL for sure.
When's the last cup that Canada won? When's the last cup that Canada won?
It doesn't fucking matter because every fucking team in the NHL is majority Canadian players. You sound like a dumbass right now.
An American football team has won a CFL championship later or earlier than a Canadian team has won a Stanley Cup. Facts or fiction?
You're a donkey, dude.
I mean, facts.
I guess you're not wrong, but can I state my Metro positions here?
Yeah. Let's go around the board.
Okay, I'm going to go with. I think the Rangers are going to come back this year, and I think they're going to be on top of the Metro. I want to say the Penguins, obviously, because the Penguins are my favorite, but I think that they might. I think the Rangers might do it this year. I don't know. They're a gritty team, so. As much as I'd like the Penguins to do it, I just don't know if they have it in them. I shouldn't be ragging on them, but I think the Rags got it.
You think the Rangers are getting Kane back?
No,
I don't think so.
No?
I heard that he's going to Detroit. So
from Pants.
Yeah, he's a respectable source.
Yeah, I mean, I broke the future news on what's his name, Ken Holland being out in Edmonton and Stan Bowman being in pending league approval. So
not a big deal or anything. He's in tight with the big guys in the league, but I'm gonna say
Pants has some good sources. Pants has some very good sources.
Some trustable sources. I might be
real
looking at
trustworthy insiders.
I'm gonna say the team that'll go last in the Metro is gonna be Philly. I fucking hate Philly. They stink. And the only thing I like about them is Ivan Provorov. But he got traded, did he not, to Columbus or something like that?
Yeah, he did.
So whatever, they don't have that grit in them to win. So Columbus is going to beat them out. So it's going to be Philly at the very bottom of the barrel.
You think, dude? I honestly kind of think that with fucking Torts there, and they're like actually like. I don't know, I don't think.
No, man, no, it's not happening. Last year, I went to watch them play in Toronto when I think they got shit pumped. I think it was like 6-1 Tavares hat trick, and they just didn't look like an NHL team out there. Like no one's having fun. If I remember correctly, I think one of their players tried the Michigan during the game, and Torts literally killed him. Like pulled out a gun on the bench and shot him in the back of the head, mafia style.
Just like Joe Pesci.
Yeah, literally. He swims with he sleeps with the fishes.
That's good. What do you got, Mike Richards, for your first and last in the Metro?
Yeah, so I also picked the Devils to win. I just think they honestly might have the best roster on paper.
They're
And
nasty.
Lindy Ruff is an insane coach. Like anyone who blasts darts outside the arena is a winner. That's just a winner's move right there.
Yeah.
And he's the people's champ, really, and that's what it takes to get there. You know, you have to be willing to put your body on the line for performance. Like nicotine's such a wonderful nootropic, and like most coaches aren't willing to elevate their brain like Lindy Ruff is. And
I like that answer.
I think between that and Jack Hughes, it really depends though. If Jack Hughes ends up getting kidnapped by one of those hockey Twitter chicks and is like locked in some weird dominatrix BDSM basement, they might struggle a little bit, but barring a Jack Hughes kidnapping, I think they win the division. And then worst, I also went with the Flyers. I don't know. They'll be good in a couple years once Michkov comes over and everything, and Briere has like really turned the team around in terms of going out and getting actual like skilled hockey players as opposed to just like a dude who can't skate. Like there were some rough years for the Flyers, but I think they're gonna be at the bottom for a few more. And yeah,
I want to explain the Michkov situation real quick to me. Sorry to cut you off. I have no idea how that works. He can't play over here for something or.
Yeah, so because he's like a Russian, like European teams, they can sign. They don't have to wait till you're like drafted to sign you, so that you can sign professional contracts in Europe before you get drafted. And that's the case with Michkov. Like he just signed a deal in Russia, so he can't come over till he's played out that deal because he's already signed like a professional contract.
And if he does, like Putin kidnaps his sister or something.
Well, they already killed his fucking dad,
he just,
so
legally can't.
Okay, they already whacked his dad.
He can't like, get out of his contract.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense. All right, sorry to cut you off.
No worries. But yeah, I mean, also the loss of Provorov, like he just brought
and D'Angelo.
I don't know. There's something to be said for racism in pro sports. Like you look at Nick Bosa, like the performances he puts out every Sunday. You can't do that without like a burning hatred inside of you.
It's that next level grit. Like it's sometimes you need to take it to the next level, and these guys they'll
sometimes
do anything
you
it takes.
Cross a line, you know what I mean? You got to cross that line sometimes.
They lost D'Angelo too, and that's another huge.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's rumors that Mitchell Miller might be coming over. Boston let him walk. And yeah, I don't know. Mitchell Miller just seems like a Tortorella kind of player.
You know what? That he's a real fitting guy. Way. He's a fitting guy to be in Philadelphia because Philadelphia residents are just complete fucking dumbasses, like dickheads. So like I feel like he'd be very fitting with the squad there.
Yeah, no, he definitely is. I don't know if you've ever had the chance, check out his Instagram, man. Just some wild photos up there. They'll give you a laugh.
I'll have to check it out.
Weird looking guy.
Layminator, you want to hit us with yours, buddy? First and last?
Yeah. I mean, I'm with WARIO. I'm a massive Penguins fan, so it's really hard after getting Carlson to not take them. But, I mean, I think it's the Devils. I think the Devils are going to take it. And it sucks because they're turning into like a pretty boy team almost. And it just sucks to root for, or it just sucks to see them win, rather. And, I mean, I just think they're going to put up another 110-point season. They got 113 points last year. So it's just hard to see them, or 112 points, and it's hard to see them slowing down. I mean, they did nothing over the offseason that looks like their roster got worse, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Or didn't forgive me if I
got to Foley, so they actually improved.
Yeah. So I think they take it. I mean, they only lost the division by 1 point last year to Carolina, and obviously Carolina. Their injuries hurt them a little bit. But, yeah, I think the Devils take it pretty easily as well. And then my last team Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but one of the moves that was made for New Jersey was Ryan Graves to Pittsburgh this year. It was like at the end of the year last year. He's not that, but I still think they're an unreal team.
Yeah, and I mean Pittsburgh sending John Marino over to the Devils. I think that's one of those situations where you see a young guy that just needed to get into a different situation.
I think that's a win-win for both teams. Marino's pretty decent.
Yeah, but then you saw what we got for him. I say we. I'm a we guy. You saw what the Penguins got for him, and it was absolute shit. I saw a Twitter tweet about what we got for him, and they're pretty much all out of Pittsburgh by now, and he's lighting it up for the Devils. So it's just one of those shit things to see that you just got to eat as a fan.
Fair.
But as the last team, I got Columbus again. I just don't see them doing anything. I know that they got the talent, and I know, their coach is much better than Babcock, but I just don't think that they're going to get anything done. Who's their tender?
That's a good question.
Merzlikins?
Elvis, right?
Yeah. He's nasty.
He is nasty. He's like a dark horse for the Vezina. I had him as like a dark horse. But I mean, his team and his defense is absolute shit. Line-A's up and down all the time. You never know what you're going to get from him. He's so inconsistent. So yeah, I mean, I got them at the bottom. I don't think they're going to do shit. I have them maxing out at 63 points at most.
Okay. I fucking hate Columbus and I hate all things Ohio, but I would honestly have to disagree with you just a little bit, only for the fact that like this Fantelli kid looks like the real deal. Kent Johnson was playing really good at the end of last season. Dillinger's a fucking beast. Gaudreau and Line, like they have a solid top six. So I think,
and they just got that absolute dickhead out of office.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be a little more competitive than people think they will be. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs by any chance. No fucking way. They'll never win a cup, but I think they'll be. I think they'll be a little better than people think.
I agree. I don't think anybody can ever imagine like a Columbus Blue Jacket lifting a Stanley Cup. It's just so surreal.
Yeah,
I heard that Fantilli shit his pants the first time he heard the cannon go off.
Yeah, it came a little bit too.
All right, let's keep it moving here, boys. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would.
No, yeah, you're good. You guys want to rip the Atlantic?
Hell yeah.
Go first, Pants.
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of make like a little take here, and I hope it comes true. But a lot of players on this team who I think are gonna finish first are kind of like starting to come into their own. And I think the Sabres are gonna just shock everyone and finish first in the Atlantic, dude.
I like that choice, Pants. I like that choice a lot.
It's fucking disgusting. They have like good leadership in Kyle Okposo. They have a great back end with Rasmus Dahlin and fucking Owen Power. Devin Levy looks like he's going to be nasty. I think he's still pretty young too. So their window is just starting to open, but I think they can really open it up this year and finish first.
Didn't Levy come straight from like junior right to the NHL too?
NCAA. He came from Northeastern.
Yeah, so like that's pretty unheard of to do nowadays too, right?
Yeah. It's nuts.
For goalies for sure.
That's exactly what I mean. I think that I think he's actually sick. I was watching some clips with it, like clips of him during the game, and he was looking pretty good. I think he's a solid goaltender. I think he's got he's got like this weird thing to him too, and I like this weird like personality almost. But I really like him.
Yeah, that's
you
all
know your goalie.
There.
Your goalie should be a freak.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And then for me, finishing last, I've got the Canadians. I mean, I think I don't think they're going to be able to put it together. Their defense sucks on the back end, except for Arbor Jack guy, total stud. But yeah, I don't think they're going to do much. Slafkovsky's not ready. Cole Caulfield's sick, but it's not enough. Like Suzuki, I don't even really think of him as like a captain, and he is. It's like crazy every time I see the C on his jersey.
Yeah,
maybe it's he's Asian.
Yeah, I guess that's not. Yeah, that's not too common.
Yep. All right, Wario.
I'm gonna say I do like that Buffalo pick, Pants. I like that Buffalo pick a lot, and that's gonna have something to do with my Richard pick. I'll say that, but I'm gonna say I don't want to be this guy, but I think Toronto is gonna be first.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone says it every year. It's their year. It's their year. It's their year every year. But I'm not saying it's their year this year, but I do think they'll finish at top of the division. I think obviously Boston's like a pretty easy pick to make there, but I'm going to say it's Toronto. They look pretty decent in the preseason, but I think that they have too good of a team, too good of a roster to not do it, man. Like, and if they don't, then honestly, I think we should burn down the franchise in Toronto and bring it to London, Ontario. Just switch it out, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they definitely have the talent. They're still fucking gross. I mean, it's the hardest division, so it's a hard division to pick at, but yeah.
You're kidding, right?
No.
You're saying the hardest division involves Ottawa, Detroit, and Montreal?
Yeah, because you still have the fucking Bruins. You've got the fucking Lightning. Like the Sabres are coming up. Like the Wings are going to be fucking nasty this year.
You do know we were just talking about the Metro, right? Like before this?
Yeah, I don't think the Metro is that tough.
All right. I'll forward my doctor to you.
Yeah, we'll circle back. We can have a different discussion on this.
And you know what? I'm gonna agree with you with the last Montreal. Montreal fucking stinks. I hate their fan base. They're a bunch of dickheads. Quebec people and French people just suck. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm telling the truth. They're just all assholes. Like, I've never met a nice French person in my life. Yeah, they're a pathetic team, and I think Cole Caulfield still looks like he hasn't hit puberty. People get a little bit excited about him. I like Marty St. Louis behind the bench, but I don't even know how Nick Suzuki's a NHL captain. It's actually insane to me. Just as you said, it makes no sense. Yeah. He's not that great. Don't get me wrong, he's a lot better than I am, but he kind of stinks. So
yeah. Mike, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I also have Montreal losing and the Leafs winning. I think the Leafs are, again, coming in loaded, just so much talent. And the moves they made this offseason, bringing in Domi, Bertuzzi, Reeves, like I think that fixes a lot of issues. So they I
like Revo in.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I think they retooled in the right way. I mean, there's of course the fucking retarded hockey Twitter people that listen to it and they're like, oh, like they need more scoring in the playoffs. It's like you have all the scoring you need from like.
You have more than enough scoring power, literally too much at this point. Like you have too many good players.
It's always add like an extra superstar forward and no grit, and they finally added grit. So, yeah.
And then Montreal definitely gonna finish last in the division. Like you guys have said, pretty terrible roster. Like no goaltending, no defense. Like you're running like a bunch of young guys who have never played anywhere close to an entire NHL season. And like obviously Slavkovsky needs to go to the AHL for another year at least. Mm-hmm. Like this guy doesn't keep his head up at all. Like he's
such a bust.
Scan before he gets the puck. Like you just can't do that in the NHL. I think he'll be good eventually, but he needs to learn how to play like a pro style game and not just rely on the fact that he hit puberty when he was like 6 years old. And then, yeah, like also like Quebec, just a terrible province. Like I am honestly for the annexation of them from Canada.
Yeah, I agree.
They truly are some of the worst people on earth. Yeah, just beautiful province, but terrible people. You know, like it's like talking to Candace Owens, like decent looking, but just terrible person.
Yeah, Quebec people make the Third Reich seem like fucking volunteers.
Yeah,
Layminator, what do you got, brother?
What do you got?
I mean, I don't know if are you guys.
Oh, you there, brother?
He just muted himself.
Uh-oh.
Can you? Oh wait, here, hold on. Maybe I can unmute you.
There you go.
Yep, I can hear you now.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so my bad. On me, hand up. What did you hear?
Nothing.
Okay. Are you guys forgetting about the Bruins?
No, I said something about the Bruins. I think that Toronto on paper probably should be better than them.
I mean, dude, losing Bergeron and Krejci, dude, that's just such a huge hit. Like literally, like the best defensive center. Didn't he win the Selke this year again?
Yeah.
still playing unreal, and like they didn't fix for it. Like they need to add like Blake Wheeler or something like that, or well, he's on fucking New York now. Mark Scheifele, then I think.
I wouldn't even be surprised really if the Bruins fell out of the playoffs. Like I think, like you look at the teams who didn't make the playoffs last year in the Atlantic: Buffalo, Ottawa, Detroit. Like they all made the moves in the offseason. That Boston didn't make. Like, I think there's a world where Boston doesn't make the playoffs. Linus Ullmark had literally like an unbelievable season last year, like just statistical anomalies across the board. Like, he's a good goalie, but he'll never be able to repeat that. Like, that was a once in a lifetime season he had. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make the playoffs this year at all.
I can totally see Pastrnak just fucking putting up 70 goals just for fun, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, without even trying. Like, he might even play with the wrong-handed stick this year.
The preseason goal he scored yesterday is gross.
It actually looked like he was, like, just in warm-up doing that, to be honest with you.
Dude, yeah.
It looks like, it honestly looks like he didn't even try to shoot the puck, and he just fucking potted the top corner. But
so, we kind of cut you off, Layminator. Who are your picks? Sorry, are you going with Bruins?
No. That was great. That was great chopping it up there. Yeah, I got the Bruins. I mean, they had 135 points last season. You know, historic season. Obviously, the gut punch to lose in the first round.
Insane.
Lost over, the offseason. But, I mean, when you look at their roster, it's not like their roster is a, bottom 16 to 32 roster. I mean,
no.
Fuck. Wait, are we at 33 now? Or are we at 32?
Let me look.
We're at 32.
We're at 32.
Yeah. I'm getting confused with all this like expansion talk and shit, and fucking, people are talking about going to Houston and going to Utah and going to wherever the fuck. But I mean, I think they take it. And then my hot take for it, really, I'm going to get to my last team, but I don't think that the Lightning make the playoffs. I think this is going to be an off year for them.
I hope not.
I hear rumors that Stamkos, people in the organization, they don't really care if Stamkos leaves eventually. And so I don't really know how much he's going to be able to produce. I mean, when you look at what they got on paper, I mean, yeah, it's a good team, but like, I just don't know if they're going to be able to continue what they've been able to be doing the past few years. So I got them out of the playoffs because you got Florida, Toronto, Boston, and then I'm going to move Buffalo to that fourth spot, and they might win that wild card position instead of Tampa. And then my last team, I have the Detroit Red Wings.
And Vassie's going to miss time, too. Vassie's injured, so he's not going to be playing for a little bit.
The Yzer plan is done. Anybody that believes in it is a fucking retard. You got
you're fucking retarded. You're going to be fucking
What's
last.
he done? Nothing's going to happen from that team.
So wait, who has like probably the second or third best, arguably, player of all time to ever play hockey and miss the playoffs last year? Was that the Red Wings? No.
But who the hell are you talking about right now?
Are you talking about
Crosby and the fucking Penguins?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Here we go. Me just being a dumbass again. Fuck me.
We missed the playoffs because Ron Hextall and Jar. Let's be honest.
The refs were fucking us.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, poverty franchise, all good.
Yeah, poverty franchise. It's the most fucking popular one after Toronto, but whatever. I too am mentally challenged.
Yes. So good luck, Detroit, this season. It's going to be a rough ride. What you guys?
I'm going to have them ban you from the fucking stadium when we go.
You got 8 points. I cannot wait for this Detroit Burners meetup. This will be fucking fun. I'm going to be shitting in your guys' face the whole time. I'm not even a Bruins fan, but I'm buying a couple Bruins jerseys, and I'm going to be switching them up throughout the whole fucking night.
I gotta wear a different one every period.
Whoever I'm going to buy the whole team's jerseys. Whoever scores, I'm putting it on. Yeah. So those are my takes for the Atlantic Division.
All right, let's go with the Central then.
Yep, Central. Yep. I'll rip us off here, dude. I honestly think the Avs are probably going to take it again. I think that they're still an unreal team. They still run that championship. Just because they don't have Landeskog, it definitely hurts them. But like, I think they're. Nathan McKinnon's still just fucking disgusting. They still know how to win. They still know how to click. I'm guessing that they end up first in that division again. And last in the Central too, dude. I mean, it could be between a few different people. I'm gonna go with the Predators. You know, they're retooling right now.
You think the Predators are going to be worse than the Coyotes?
Dude, I think with like all the young guys the Coyotes have, Cooley playing, he's looked fucking gross, and Clayton Keller, I don't know. I think they can pull something out to where they're not last, and I mean, even maybe Gary sprinkles a little in that like fucking cheating magic for the Coyotes to keep them there, keep them interesting. So I think, I'm gonna go with Avs first, Preds last. I mean, they're retooling. I just fucking hate the Predators. So.
I'm sensing like a pattern here with like you just don't like anywhere where Yermy's from. So, I'm gonna go ahead with my first for the Atlantic Division. Sorry, Central Division. My bad. I'm gonna go with Dirty Mike's team, the Dallas Stars. I
refuse to pick them, but that's not a bad pick.
They're just that kind of team where it's like they have the grit. You know what I mean? They might not. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think they have all the talent in the world. I think Jamie Benn's a little bit
washed.
Yeah, and overrated. Sorry,
Mike.
But
if he started munching box, do you think that would improve his play on the ice?
I don't know. Maybe dude, is it him or is it Sagan whose tattoos look like the side of a car in Los Angeles?
Both of them, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they look good. They did pretty well in the playoffs last year. I think they're one of those teams that just they bring that grit. And you know what? They're in Dallas. You're like the kind of guy that has to live with consequences because you can't just go get an abortion. So you know what I mean? Like you really take to everything that you take to all your wrongdoings, and you have to fix them properly and take accountability for them.
You learn to play the right way. You know what I mean? Finish your checks. Always wrap up.
Yeah, that's a nice little play on the right way there. Yeah, right wing. But I'm gonna go with Arizona getting last. I think that's just an obvious pick. I don't know. They don't even have a fucking real arena, so I can imagine if I was on that team, I'd probably end up starting a shotgun. But
I don't know, man. Have you ever been to Arizona? It's so sick. They probably don't even care.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But
the other 41 games, you're in an NHL arena, staying in a 5-star hotel.
Yeah,
I guess. But like, don't you think it'd be a lot better to have like actual fans wearing your jersey, like screaming your name?
Or would you rather like a bunch of ASU cheerleaders screaming your name?
That would be pretty cool too. That'd be pretty tight, I guess. But yeah, I still think they get last. I don't know. They got to get in the new barn before I see them do anything well. Richards.
Right. Yeah, good call. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas to win the division. I think they're a perennial cup contender for the next few years. Ottinger, Heiskanen, like they've got healthy Rupe, J-Rob, Wyatt Johnson's probably going to take that jump again this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he puts up something like a 25-25 season, maybe even more. He's a really, really talented kid. And then to finish last in division, I'm going to take the St. Louis Blues. I was thinking that too. I can see arguments for like Chicago, Arizona, but I honestly think those teams improved a lot over the offseason. And not that I want to put like too much stock into preseason games, but Bedard's looked like the real deal. Like this guy is going to exceed expectations this season, I think.
Bedard is what you're saying?
Obviously, Chicago's got a pretty interesting roster, but I think Bedard is going to win them games that they wouldn't have won otherwise.
I do like how they brought in guys like Corey Perry. Corey Perry is going to be a good guy to have around Bedard, to be honest with you. I think, yeah.
And Bedard's also like a psychopath. Like you saw, like he is like crazy about winning. Like he's not going to come off the ice if they're losing.
He's never eaten fast food.
Dude, you can't tell me that's not a selfish play though. to stay on the ice in overtime and look off the bench when a guy with fresher legs could be out there.
But you're Bedard.
You gotta look at the guys
matter,
with
though. It's a
fresher
fucking
legs,
rookie
though,
team,
man. He's
man.
looking to the bench and seeing Ryan Donato. Like, off the ice.
Dude, I've
Yeah.
been watching the Hawks training camps, and Ryan Donato has actually been looking gross.
Yeah, but this is Connor Bedard. Like, he's 100% like the best player on that team.
I mean, dude, he's not. No, he's not. Not a proven NHLer until he's proven Taylor Hall is.
That
No.
suitcase?
Taylor
What do you-
Hall is not
whatever.
better than Connor Bedard.
I disagree. Whatever. Layminator, you have your fucking central picks. Get right.
You got pants all riled up. It's like when the dad says, "Hey, don't rile the dog up," and then fucking.
Then you start poking him with a stick, taking his ball away.
It's like when you have that. Yeah, continue.
I don't know.
I was gonna say something fucked, but
Oh well, that's what this podcast is for.
we can cut it.
I've got a story then. Like, in high school gym class, I went to like a pretty ghetto high school. Like it was sort of in the middle of the hood, and it had a decent sized like special needs program. And
Oh, here
we
we
have
go.
like our gym class with some of the special needs classes, and like the all like the hood dudes would just like fuck with the special needs kids. Like we would have to run laps for warm up, and they just like run around like screaming at them, like scaring them. It was so fucked. I remember one kid scared one of them so badly the kid stabbed him with a pencil.
Oh my god.
I really want to know what's in the water around you, where you guys had such a high population of special needs
A
kids.
lot of fluoride.
Yeah, dude, no fluoride toothpaste for this guy.
A lot of fluoride and seed oils.
Yep. Gets you.
But to my pick, I also have Dallas going first. I love Minnesota and I love rooting for them, but for some reason it seems like they can never get it together at the end of the season, and they kind of collapse themselves. They only lost last year by 1 point. They were at 108. Colorado was at 109. So one game makes a difference, but I actually think Dallas takes it here. Just for their goalie, legit. I think Ottinger. Is it Ottinger or Ottinger? Odinger?
It's Ottinger.
Odger? Yeah, Odger. I never know how to say his name. And honestly, like every time I'm on a broadcast, like the announcer says his name differently as well. So it's not just me. But yeah, I think they take it, and I think they take it pretty easily. Colorado, I don't know. Is McKinnon still hurt, or is Landeskog rather? Is he
He's
still
out for
hurt?
the whole year.
The whole year he's gone
Yeah.
for.
I bet, dude. I bet it might be a cap thing where he can come back in the playoffs if he does. But yeah,
No,
So
he's just a Euro man. They're just weak.
So last year, got those brittle bones. Last
Those
year,
just communist bones.
last year went Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, 1, 2, 3. So I'm saying it's probably going to go Dallas, Minnesota. I don't know, Winnipeg or Nashville. And then yeah, my last team is also going to be St. Louis. I think they just take a massive tip. I think people hate Jordan Binnington on his own team. I don't think.
Because he's just a dickhead.
Yeah. I mean, I think people are tired of playing for him.
I don't like him either. You guys can hear
Yeah,
me.
I think
yeah.
He
everyone.
just like seems like one of the guys that like you just can't bring to the afters. Like he's just gonna ruin it for everyone.
He's gonna scare the hose.
Scared.
He seems like the type of guy to just, like start a fight with the bouncer like before you guys even get in line.
And be like, hey, I have a bigger buddy that's gonna come and beat you up, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the fact that he just fucking threw that water bottle at the dude like last year, like, come on. Handle it on the ice.
He's a little bitch. And honestly, as a goalie, goalies tend to get that way because they're always protected by their defensemen. They can kind of do whatever they want. And so they have this aura about them where it's no, nobody can touch me, and if you do, you're gonna get fucking the shit pumped out of you, and it just creates this ego about them, and they just become fucking douchebags. So yeah, I'm rooting against the Blues this entire year. Under 59.
I also heard like he's not a big like locker room guy. Like he wears like swim trunks in the shower and stuff.
Yeah, like you got to show hog in the shower, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a chastity belt on in there.
Oh.
All right, Pants, let's send it back to you for the Pacific.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go with, the Pacific's kind of loaded, but I this team took a huge step last year, and I think they're going to take an even bigger step this year. Dude, I think the Kraken kind of come and take it, Like, the Oilers beyond, McDavid, Draisaitl, and Bouchard, they're still shaky on goaltending. The Knights might have a cup hangover. It's a slow start, and they'll both definitely make the playoffs and can definitely go far. But, I mean, dude, the Kraken, like, they're hungry. They had a great year last year. They're firing on all cylinders. Like, Matty Beniers is fucking disgusting, dude. They've got some good players that are kind of playing with, like, a vendetta because they just kind of got given away. And, so I think the Kraken take first in the Pacific.
I don't know. I think they're missing, like, a superstar.
What about Brandon Tanev?
Love him.
I actually do really like him. He's a gritty player.
They're just
missing like a game-winning player, like someone who can just win you a game. Like I think Beniers can get there, but he's still young, so I don't know if they have that true.
That's fair too. I think just the way he plays, he not only plays tough, but is skilled too, and it's just so hard to find those guys.
Did you see the Beniers leaked Snapchats?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I feel like a guy like that can't be the superstar.
You know what I mean? A guy like playing Division I hockey at Michigan and then begging for like a little bit of poon. Like, what's the point of even playing Division I hockey if you're gonna act like that?
What were
I wish
they?
you could take care of me before my games. Come on, man. Come on. Don't ever say that. What would your parents think if they read that text? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He kind of looks like he was hitting the head with like hitting the face with a frying pan a little bit too.
All right.
Apparently he's really smart. I think
on this podcast.
Both his parents are like professors, so I think he's like really smart. But yeah, he does look a little. He looks a little spacey sometimes.
One of them was "Wanna Rail You."
Yes, yeah.
Buddy, I got better Riz.
All right, then my last in the Pacific. I'm like between three teams for this. I'm gonna go the Ducks. I think they're still trying to tank and kind of take their time. I mean, I think the Zegras contract thing is going to be hanging over him, and he might not be playing as well as he could be, or maybe it elevates his play so he gets a bigger contract. I'm not sure. But I mean, there's a lot there. Passing on Fantelli too, I think is kind of a big story. I think they're still trying to tank and get like another top pick and just like really load up and be gross. But yeah, I just don't see him putting anything together this year.
I completely agree with you there. I'll start with my finisher because I don't think, or my last pick because I don't think the Anaheim's gonna do shit. Just like you said, they kind of stink, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they reek.
I hate Zegras with a burning passion. I hate his fans, but I'm gonna go with him. Just the people on Twitter just going crazy about him. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But then I'm gonna go with Edmonton as number one.
Yep.
They eventually have to win. Like, enough is enough.
Yeah. You'd hope, but hopefully they don't waste McDavid's prime.
That's what I mean.
I feel like they have a little bit. I mean, what year is he in now? 8?
Dude, he's like 27 years old, man. Like they've definitely wasted a lot of his career.
Yeah, because when you look at the greats, they had one, at least one or a couple by the age that he is. So
yeah.
I feel like they have wasted him. I mean,
except for Ray Bork.
Do you guys think? Do you guys think that he would ever want to leave Edmonton?
I think he already wants to leave.
Yeah, I think he wants to. I think he can't.
Yeah.
Like, I think he will not sign another deal in Edmonton. I think he's going to be a free agent in whenever it is.
When's his contract up?
It's up in like 2 years, I want to say.
Yeah, he's definitely fucking out of there. Him and Matthews are going to go team up in Arizona.
You think so?
No.
No.
I feel like that brings.
He's going to come to Toronto. That's it. Well, Matthews might walk, and if Matthews walks, like, McDavid's going to come.
I could honestly, that's not the craziest thing.
Yeah.
That's not the craziest thought. But yeah, let's get your first and last, Mike.
First, I'm going LA Kings. I think they surprised a lot of people last season, and they went out and improved their roster in the offseason. And I think Byfield takes that next step. And, you know, they didn't really lose too many skilled guys over the offseason, so I just don't see them getting any worse. And I honestly think they have a good shot to go deep in the playoffs. And then finishing last, Anaheim. They don't get that Zegras deal done before the season. That's really stupid. They're going to end up with what the Leafs had with Nylander, where he's going to sit out and then, you know, he's going to come in and shit the bed because he didn't play at all for like the first half of the season. And I also think it sets a terrible tone in the locker room. Like, you're not, say what you want about Zegras, but he's definitely like,
he's worth more than 4.
Yeah, he's like, that's like no one else. I think I thought a tweet about this the other day, and it's like everyone else who's put up equivalent or better numbers at his age has at least signed for like 7 AAV. So they're giving him half of what he's worth, and I think that sends a shitty message in the locker room that you're not going to pay guys once they perform. Like, I think Zegras has been performing. And also, they went out and signed Killorn to like a long-term deal, which makes no sense. Like, the window, I don't know what they're doing there.
I know Heat Daddy said something about this, but like to sign for $4 million in California too, like, dude, you're actually gonna have to live with one of your teammates, like, for that price.
Yeah,
like, you can't.
Yeah, you're taking home less than $1 million for sure on that with all the tax.
Yeah, like you can't even afford dinner, like.
Okay, nice, good picks there. Layminator, you're Pacific.
Yeah, and I saw that someone did the math, and Zegras' deal would equate to around $200,000. And
God,
that's insane.
Like, basically, like, in California, he would be living off of like $200,000 basically with all the taxes. And in Anaheim is about it's like 30 minutes, like, as a crow flies, because like with the traffic and shit. Shout out me for knowing what that phrase means. To LA, and so you're right there. You're paying all those taxes. What's the point? You're making $4 million. I mean, like, you can't
even buy an 8-ball every Friday. Like,
no, what's the point of playing in go?
Yeah, so I mean, I think they implode. I mean, the biggest question is they only beat out San Jose for the worst spot by 1 game last year. So is losing Zegras bigger to Anaheim than losing Carlson is to San Jose? That's the biggest question. I think losing Carlson to San Jose is bigger than losing Zegras, and that's just because Carlson was the only, not that Zegras isn't crazy, but Carlson is the only thing that San Jose had. Like, he scored, he had like 100 points or something?
Yeah.
And
so, also, hearing rumors that Gibson might get traded during the season, so
yeah,
I think he doesn't play there anymore. They wasted his career. Guy could have been one of the greatest American goalies ever, but he decided to stay in Anaheim.
As a Penguins fan, I wanted him the entire offseason. I mean, the fact that we signed Jari to $5 million a year, I was like, are you kidding me? That's just the worst.
I buy 5.
What?
It's like a Heat Daddy joke, like a goalie, like just random goalies getting 5x5s for no fucking reason.
Yeah, makes no sense. But so yeah, I got San Jose as my last, And my first, I'm going to go with the Kings. I love what they got going there. I think everybody's hyped up to play. A few guys on their team are in their last couple of years here. I think they want to make it work, and I think they're going to go balls out. So yeah, I got the Kings, and their goalies are finally picking up.
Yeah, they are.
They haven't had a solid goalie. I mean, Quick really wasn't the best there in his last few years. So yeah, I'm excited, and I think they go number one in the Pacific.
I do. I like that choice too because
Yeah.
they're a sneaky, amazing team. Like people sometimes I think rule out the Kings, but they've always had a great organization.
Yeah. So, all right, boys. What a fucking review.
Yeah, I know.
Real in depth, boys. I like it.
No,
Should we hop right into maybe some dark horses?
Underrated.
You want to do dark horses or you want to do players?
I think at this point we should maybe just pick one apiece because we're going pretty long here.
Yeah, we are. Okay. I'll take the Atlantic, and my player to watch. It's a younger guy, and I fucking hate the Senators, but Jake Sanderson, like this dude looks like the real deal. Like he played nasty. He was over a point per game player in NCAA as a defenseman. He had 32 points last year in 77 games, which is a lot for a rookie defenseman. I mean, he's no Moritz Seider, dude, but like I would definitely look at this kid to take a step. Get some. Yeah, I see you doing the ears, Mike. That's what I'm laughing at. Crazy ears. I'll give it to you. Crazy ears. But
okay.
Yeah, someone Wario, you want to do the Metro?
Yeah, I'd love to do the Metro. I'm gonna say, okay, maybe come back to me. Sorry, buddy. I wasn't expecting the Metro here.
Mike.
I can do the Central.
Yeah, you want to do the Central, Mike?
Yeah. My most underrated player in that conference is Tommy Novak. Breakout player in Nashville last year, 43 points in 51 games. I think Nashville improves a little bit. I know Forsberg's coming back. I think I think he'll start the season. So I think Novak probably centers their top line and gets top power play. So with what he's shown, I can see him going for like 65 plus points this year because the offense is going to have to run through him. I think Nashville's got a good one.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't even know that name until right now. That's sick. Good pick.
Okay, I think I'm ready here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Rickard Rakell for the Penguins. He's always been a pretty solid player, but I think now that he's in Pittsburgh, like since last year, I think he had a pretty good season last year. But I think now that he's gonna be I think this upcoming season will be his first full season in Pittsburgh. I'm almost positive. Don't quote me on that, but I think he is, and I think that he fits really well with playing alongside of Crosby and Gensel when he comes back, and I think that he's got potential to be like an 85 point player, something like that. So
dude, he played 82 games last year and had 21 points.
Buddy, listen.
60
I know.
points, my bad.
That 60 points and 25 points is a big difference.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at power play points. My fault.
Okay, yeah. So I think that this. So he did play his full season with the Penguins last year. I thought.
Yeah, I played 82 with the Penguins.
Okay, so I think scratch what I said, but I do think that he's got potential to be like an 85 point player. I think he could be a difference maker. So I'm hoping that he lifts his socks up here and gives the boys a big help out.
That's fair. Layminator, you got someone from the Pacific?
No, I do not. Yeah, I actually do. His name is Leo Carlson, Ducks rookie. Drafted him 3rd overall. He's a Swedish fucking beauty. He's one of those guys in the international leagues or the international play where, like USA or Canada's playing them and you're watching them in the World Juniors or whatever, and you just hear one name over and over and over again. It was Fantelli this year, but like he's always that guy. And I think he's gonna be one of those skill guys that fucking Don Cherry and Barry Trotz and the rest of them hate, and he's gonna be on the Ducks, and I think he's gonna go off for, I don't know, maybe let's just say 20 goals. I'm fucking calling it.
I like that.
Nice.
I don't think he makes the roster at a training camp.
Well, yeah, it's a hot take, and I haven't seen him play at all. But I like what I'm seeing out of his elite prospects page.
I like it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was good. Another one that I had too for the Central that I just wanted to mention was Brock Faber. I mean, he's pretty gross. I watched him play a little bit in college when he was playing like at some of the colleges around where I lived at the time. And dude, he just always made smart plays, was always really poised with the puck. I mean, I think he had 27 points in his last like 38 games in NCAA, which is still pretty good for a defenseman. So I think he can take a big step this year too for the Wild.
I like that.
Just one I wanted to
Hopefully.
bring up.
Yeah, no, he's a really good shutdown guy. Like he'll never put up numbers, but he's kind of like a Mateus Samuelsson. Like he'll win you games with defensive play.
Great comparison. All right, want to get to these fucking trophies, boys?
Yeah,
sure, boys. Let me go first here. I think this is a hot take, and going back to kind of what I said earlier, you had made a comment about it, Pants, but I think that Tage Thompson takes the Rocket Richard this year.
Gross.
I would consider last year kind of his breakout season. I think that he still is not quite given his he's not given his flowers that he deserves. But I think that now that Buffalo is looking to be a better team too, and they're really improving, I think that Tage Thompson has a huge advantage of scoring a fucking boatload of goals. So that's my pick for the Richard, Tage Thompson. Hopefully he doesn't let me down. Obviously, it's big contention with guys like Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid. So, but I think someone like Thompson could really like overthrow that.
Yeah, I think he could too. I mean, I just think he's gross. Everything he does is sick.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that he's like 9 feet tall and he's just got hands like he's in a phone booth.
Dude, so gross.
And he got married like when he was like 24 too. Yeah, so
dumbest move.
That's how you know. But that's how you know like he's just committed to the grind.
I like that too. And let me guess, it's probably like his college sweetheart.
Yeah, it's his high school sweetheart. But I think he knocked her up. I think he knocked her up before they got married. So I'm thinking it might have been like a PR kind of maneuver. Like he's definitely got a couple side chicks, but he didn't want to have like a future Russell Wilson kind of thing. But that could be great for the NHL, you know, like there's not that really there's no controversy, right? So I think it would be nice if maybe like I don't know, I could see Jack Harlow like stepping in, being a stepdad for like an NHL player.
You know what? There's a reason that there's not that much controversy in the NHL, but I don't really want to say it out loud.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the next trophy going.
Yeah.
Here, folks.
What did you have, Mike? What are the 2 trophies you had or one?
I got the Hart and the Calder. The Hart is McDavid's trophy to lose. Like if McDavid decides he wants to win the Hart, he'll win the Hart. It's pretty much end of story with that. And then with the Calder, I'm taking Bedard, but in terms of actually putting some money on a bet, I'd like Devin Levi. I think if Buffalo makes the playoffs and wins a round, I know you're not supposed to take playoffs into consideration, but if Buffalo can finish top 2 in the division, which I think they can, it'll be hard to overlook Levi because he's going to start the majority of games. And if Bedard just has like a normal season, like 60 points, and Levi makes the playoffs, it's going to be hard to not give it to Levi just because Bedard is held to like a fucked standard already. Like I honestly think if he doesn't score like 90 points, people are going to be pissed.
Yeah,
but you know the NHL is going to maneuver things to make it.
Yeah,
man. Like it's there's no if he doesn't win it, then Gary's fucked. Like you know that. Doesn't matter.
McDavid didn't win it too, so like if Bedard gets injured, I could see Levi winning it.
Okay, that's a
great pick. Yeah. I'll go next here. I'm going to take the Norris. I've been pretty unbiased this time, so I'm going to go a little bit more biased this time, but I think Seider gets it.
I could have called that.
He's coming out of his like sophomore year, still played great. I mean, I think he only had like 7 or 8 less points, and everyone was like pissed off at him, and he missed some games too, I think. So, I mean, I think he's just taking that next step. The Red Wings are getting better. He has a lot more help on defense. He doesn't have to play multiple roles. He can just kind of go out there and be the next Nick Lidstrom. So I think he gets his first of 8. He's going to beat Nick Lidstrom's record, and he starts this year.
That is an insane take.
The
glazing is crazy, man.
Nah, I think I'm spot on, but Layminator, you're muted, so we didn't hear that.
I said that's crazy. I said, what about your non-biased take?
My non-biased take is still cider. The kid's actually the real deal. Like,
yeah, I mean, like Carlson being on like one of the best franchises in NHL history might think differently, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think Cider gets a single Norris vote, but that's
kill yourself. All right, Layminator, you want to give us these Vezinas?
Yeah, and I have Jake Ottinger.
Okay.
I think he's a dark horse, but I think he's going to be so good. I mean, I have the Dallas Stars winning their division anyway, and so I think he's going to be lights out this season. I mean, we saw what he did during the playoffs, and his team was scoring like 1 to 2 goals a game. And I mean, you know, it's really hard to fucking be a goalie and keep up with that when your team's only scoring 1 goal a game. You know, it's hard to win games like that. And
for sure,
he's plus 1,300 right now to win it. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6 to win it.
Who's number 1 on there?
What?
Sorry, you're probably about to say it. I'm a dumbass. Who's number 1?
It goes Ilya Sorokin, Saros, Shesterkin, Hellebuyck, Vasilevsky, and then Ottinger. I'm honestly surprised that Vasilevsky is that far down, but I think
he's injured.
The injury time.
Oh yeah. All right, that makes sense. But I think Ottinger at 13 to 1 is a crazy bet right there, and I'm gonna take him.
How much are you gonna throw on it?
No, I got no money right now, so if $100, I'll throw $100 on it. Actually, no, I'm gonna throw 50 on it and then 50 for a bag.
There you go. That's the right play.
Yeah,
that's a win-win.
Then I'll get back at the end of the year.
Yeah, great breakdown there of the goalies there at Layminator. Okay. I hope everyone enjoyed the episode. That was a wrap. We'll obviously have a lot more hockey talk coming at you. Mike, I appreciate you joining us again, another reoccurring guest.
Anytime.
We appreciate it, brother. You're great on here. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it too. I love being on here. I love seeing all your beautiful faces.
Oh, thanks. Nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Who's your cup pick, real quick, before you leave? Who's your cup pick?
New Jersey.
Jersey? Okay.
Not really a hot take, but I think it's a safe bet.
Okay, nice. That was a LiquidIV question, by the way. Code BurnAfter for 20% off everything in the store. Better hydration when you shop LiquidIV. Thanks.